Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Hey, we're making our way through the week, everybody.
Yeah, happy
Feels
Wednesday.
Nice. Happy Wednesday.
Can you believe Thanksgiving's next week?
That's crazy.
No. I know, and it hasn't felt like it weather-wise. In northern Utah, at least, right? We've been above average. Today was a little gloomier with that cloud cover, but a little wintry in the south. So let's go ahead. Let's take that start, and you're looking at Zion National Park. This is where we had some wet weather, and we have valley rain, mountain snow. Great shot by the Manels. Thank you guys for sharing that. It's stunning. I love Zion in the off season. I think all of our national parks in the off season are quite stunning, but when a storm rolls through the south, boy, you take notice. Those 48-hour storm totals thus far have been very healthy, over an inch at Zion, which is really great moisture. New Harmony right there on the Iron and Washington County line at 0.8, almost 0.7 in Kanab. Capitol Reef getting close to half an inch, 0.38. in Escalante. Now we know Boulder Mountain getting some decent snow here, over 1/4 inch in Fillmore, just indicating that moisture moved into central Utah and delivered. Farron in that same category. St. George just shy of that at 0.22. Enterprise at 0.2, and Price getting some measurable moisture as that storm activity pushed through Castle Country. If these waves of moisture continue, we're not finished just yet. Time-lapse video coming from Bryan Head, where we anticipated some decent totals. Looking at snow totals right now, lower end of the estimates. As you can see, snow showers moving through the Bryan Head area. I just checked the cameras moments ago, and it's still snowing lightly in the area. 4 inches at Eagle Point, 10, and that's when you take the weekend storm and what we've seen thus far. We'll see what the total amount is by tomorrow morning. But that's something for the southern mountains. The northern mountains would be celebrating that. As we look at our Black Desert Sky Cam, it shows the clouds on the move. It was an unsettled, soggy day in the southern portion of the state. And we even saw a few sprinkles in northern Utah that cut off low, keeping things interesting as it moves through the southwest and brings with it cloudy conditions with our southerly flow and that wet weather. Satellite radar tonight shows that we're holding on with those showers in south central Utah, but then keep your eye on the eastern side of the state because Grand County also getting some moisture. That's going to continue. We get activity into the overnight, some nocturnal storms out there, and I'll show you where. Thanks, Brittany. Love the Highland shot. This was a pretty one this evening. Gosh, the colors are great. Love some cloud cover. We had a break in the clouds. High temperatures today hit 56 in Salt Lake. We're in the upper 40s this time of year, so consistently above average. Upper 40s in Logan, low 50s in Provo. As you head into the central portion of the state, you see a few more 40s, including in Price and Cedar City, 50s in Hanksville, and only 54 in St. George. We were warmer today in Salt Lake than we were in St. George, and that just goes to show that area of low pressure still heavily impacting what's happening in the southern half of the state. 40s for the next several hours, and yes, we could see some nocturnal showers as well. An isolated shower possible along the Wasatch Front tonight and into your Thursday. We're going to keep that valley rain, mountain snow setup. Any precipitation in the north would be light and showery. We'll continue to see what we have been seeing in the south and then in eastern Utah. As we look at the Futurecast, it really highlights these waves of moisture. We get them on the move here. By 4 a.m., we're into the I-70 corridor. This is going to push towards Castle Country. Southerly flows pushing this. We're getting wraparound moisture as the low crosses to our east. We keep this in motion here, and you're going to notice that goes into Utah County by 10 a.m. all the way towards Nephi and then the Wasatch back, while eastern Utah gets pretty active. Getting into the afternoon, that crosses over into the West Desert on the model. We see from Grand County to Four Corners where that wet weather stays pretty active. And look at the progression of the storms, and that's due to wraparound moisture and that counterclockwise flow. As you notice here, we continue by 8 p.m. tomorrow night with some showery activity on the model, picking up on early Friday morning, bringing some wet weather along the Wasatch Front. That would be mountain snow and valley rain. It seemed to have loved it. For today, we're going to watch this closely because that means you would have a soggy Friday start. Eventually, that would taper off. We would dry out, and we'd head into the weekend with drier conditions, and temperatures would eventually start to bounce back and ridging happens. I'll show you what I mean. There's that low. It's on the move. We get another low that's going to dig really far south over the weekend. Not going to impact us, but we're going to watch because latter half of your weekend, maybe southeastern Utah sees a storm with wraparound moisture. See that low on the move? That's going to send a dry cold front our way Tuesday and knock down our temperatures. Looks dry, though. As of right now, no precip. 50s for tomorrow. 50s in Moab, 40s in Cedar City, 53 60 in St. George. As we check those 50s, they stay for the next several days in Washington County, getting to the 60s by the latter half of the weekend, getting closer to where we should be. The Wasatch Front with isolated showers the next 2 days. Drier, that dry cold front on Tuesday takes us from the 50s to the 40s, which is actually where we are supposed to be this time of year. You just wouldn't know it because we haven't